Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am Simon Ekin. I'm the naked speaker. I'm the naked speaker. So, let me come on to that, right? Why am I the naked speaker? Because I don't look particularly naked here, but I've started. So, this is my third attempt at stand-up comedy. And my first attempt, I rescued victory from the jaws of defeat. Because I did what I shouldn't have done, which was tell jokes. And they were really those jokes that you get lots of accolades from your mum. Oh, darling. She speaks like this. Oh, darling, it was so fabulous. Like, what's that joke again? You know, that one that she's heard like 15 times, right? And they always got a laugh at home, but they didn't on this particular occasion. And so I was dying. There was nothing going on. Similar audience to this, and just nothing. So I thought I'm the not funny, sometimes funny comedian. Anyway, coming to the end of my set, and I've got to do something, right? And I say this, and this is exactly what happened. So I went home to my wife today, my ex-wife now, for probably obvious reasons, as will be discovered. And I said to her, I'm going out. She said, where are you going? And I said, well, I'm going to go do stand-up comedy. She said, why? You're not even funny. That got a really good laugh the first time. This is so weird. Anyway, I'm the naked speaker. Now, why am I the naked speaker? Well, nakedness is a thing, have you noticed? Right? And there's not a lot of it that goes around. Have you noticed that as well? So, why am I doing this nakedness story? So, I had what might be called an epiphany. I was in a 24-year relationship, learned a lot. That's a euphemism for, it wasn't really great, if I'm honest. And I think my wife would say the same, we learned a lot. We became better. And then one day, I went for what's it called, a park run. And I came alongside this woman, and we had a conversation, and I said, thank you for being my marker. And she gave me like a on the ass and said, I'll race you to the end. And I was like, it's like someone had stuck a 12,000 volt finger up my ass. And that was the start of my awakening. What I now realized was a sexual, spiritual awakening. Don't worry, it's not going to get as weird as it is going at the moment. And then a few weeks later, a friend of mine who's in the audience asked me to a naked poetry evening. A naked poetry evening in Nordhoek, Nachal, right? It's got to be that side of the mountain, hasn't it? It's weird shit. And now we're naked and we're reading poetry. It's incredible. So this is my journey evolving. And then I go on a road trip to the Northern Cape. Northern Cape's a lekker place. Everyone's your friend. They're waving. And I go bus up to the Namibian border, and I take off my clothes at a campsite. There's no one there, and I basically keep them off for 10 days. Except when I'm filling up petrol and stuff like that. And I build fires by the side of the road, and I yell at the moon, and I'm coming back, heading out of Springbok. I put my clothes back in Springbok, and I come up to, towards a police roadblock, right? And
yeah, baby.
Before I get to the police roadblock, I pull aside into a lay-by. Put your cameras away, please. This is for your eyes only. Pull aside into a roadblock, and I've got this overwhelming desire to dance. Got this music I've been listening to. And I'm fully clothed this time, and I want to dance. And then I figure, no, man, get up and dance naked. And then I see this big truck, those big uranium trucks, those double cab things. It's coming over the hill, lights, and I'm not doing this now. This is when I'm doing this. But Nathan, he has an establishment. He needs to keep some decorum. But at that point, I would go, right? And there's a reason. I'm not just an exhibitionist. Okay? I pull out and I'm dancing, and this double cab thing comes over the hill, and I go, and then I go, go a little bit further on, I get pulled into a roadblock, a police roadblock. I grab my hat, because I'm that foresighted, I get a hat and I put it over my bits. And they ask for my license. And something happens. One of the cops walks away and he says to his pal, "Yeah, man, that one, I tell you what, man, he's a free spirit." In that moment, that was such a gift. And so soon, that policeman made a difference to me. And then the journey continued because I went into the cop shop the next day. I did a striptease in the cop shop in Fundraise Store. I came out the other side, I got pulled into another roadblock. They took my car apart for an hour and a half. They want to know what's going on, right? But seriously, why this naked thing? Because when I'm naked, there's nothing else. Have you noticed? When we're naked, there's nothing else. There's no hiding we can do. There's just who we are. So I encourage you, be more naked. It's really nice.